All right, today we're going to be modeling quadratics, so you should be able to write an equation from a quadratic function. You're going to learn how to use the graphing calculator to do that and how to make predictions. You did this in Algebra 1, but we're going to take it just a little bit a step further. You did it mostly with linear equations, and now we're going to use quadratics. All right, so we need to graph a quadratic model, find the quadratic model for these points right here. We're going to use the stat menu to do so. So we're going to go to stat, and we have lists. If we need to clear out our lists, we're going to go to exit, and we're going to do more, delete all. Yes, I want to delete all. Delete all again for this list. Yes, I want to delete all. F1. My x values will go in list 1. They're 1, 2, and 3. The y values will go in list 4, 2. They're -4, -3, and -4 again. And notice I made a mistake, so all I'm going to do is scroll up and cover it up and type in -4 over top. I want to make sure that my graph is set. So I'm going to press graph. Set is over F6, so I'm going to press set. Then I've got scatter, list 1, list 2, so we're good. Exit, exit one more time, and graph. We set up graph 1, so we're going to press graph 1, which is F1, and there are our points. To calculate the quadratic equation, we're going to press calc, which is over F1. Okay, quadratics are squared, so F4, and there is our line. Okay, so y equals, A is -1, so -1 x squared, B is 4 plus 4x, and C is -7, so -7. So there's our quadratic model. Notice that you have this correlation coefficient of 1. That's what that r squared means. The closer that is to 1 or -1, the better fit you have. Now we can copy this equation by pressing F5, and what that does is it puts it into another menu that we can use to do some figuring things out later. If we want to draw it, we can see that, yes, it very closely fits the coefficients. So again, our equation is y equals -x squared plus 4x minus 7. All right, this example, we're asking the same thing. However, notice we've got the points written in function notation. All this means is the point 2 and 6. Okay, so we're going to exit. Exit always takes us to the screen behind it, and then we're going to clear out our list like we did with delete all. All right, so now we're just going to put in the x values, so 2, 0, -2, and then the y values, 6, 4, and -6. And we're going to, the graph was already set from our last example, so I'm going to go to graph 1. Looks like it might be linear, but notice it starts to curve there at the top. So again, it's quadratic, so we're going to do the x squared. Again, our correlation coefficient, that r squared, is 1, so it's a really good fit again. It's a perfect fit. So our equation is going to be y equals -x squared. B is 3, so plus 3x, and C is 4 plus 4. All right, so in this example, we're given the cost of a first class stamp from 1981 to 2008, and we're asked to make a quadratic model to do so. And they're asking to use 1980 as year 0. I'm going to change it. They asked for 1981. I want to change it to 80. It makes more sense to me. So 1981 would be year 1. 1991 is 10 years after that. It would be 11, then 15, 19, 21, 26, 27, and 28. And I already put these in the list, but now I have to change it since I changed from 0 being that. So I'm going to change these real quick just by typing over them and entering. It won't. Um, 15, 19, 21, 26, as I talk to myself, 27, and 28. All right, so I've got everything in my list. The graphs are all set because we've done them for the first 2 examples. We're going to graph it. We're going to calc. Again, they asked for the quadratic model. There it is. Remember that e to the negative 03 means scientific notation. So we're going to go 2 places back. So y, or 3 places back, 0.003 negative 5 x squared plus 0.93x plus 17.65. So there's our equation. We're going to copy it so that we can now do our predictions. Okay, and we can predict by going to menu. We're going to go to graph, and we're going to draw it. Now we get a condition error. That just means we need to select it. So we press exit, select, and then draw. So we're asked, when was the cost for the stamp 37 cents? So we know a y value, we want to know the x value. So we're going to go G-solve, which is above F5, more, and we're going to do X-calc. We're going to put in a y value of 37, and it's going to tell us 22.58, so about 22.5, we're just going to say. And that's 22.5. So year 22.5 is going to be 2002. It would be 37 cents. Then we're asked when the first class postage will be 50 cents. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to exit. We're going to do we're going to draw it. G-solve, Y-calc, or X-calc. And we're going to put in 50. And it tells us it's not found. It's not because it won't happen. It's because our window isn't big enough. So we're going to do Shift, View Window, and our X max is 32. So we want it probably be more than that because our Y max is 50. So let's just make that 50. And now we're going to exit again and draw. G-solve, more, X-calc, and we're going to put in 50 cents, not 20 cents. We're going to put in 50 cents, and it will be in 41 years, about approximately 41 years. So that will be 2021. The cost should be about 50 cents. So I took my 21 or 20 and added it to 1981. All right, so we are going to have this fundraising, and here's our profit equation. And we want to know what our maximum profit is going to be and how much we should charge. So I'm going to go to the graph menu, and I'm going to input the equation. It's already there. I'm going to draw it, and that's my parabola. I can't see the top. You may or may not need to. You can change the window. We want the maximum, but I'm going to do G-solve and max. And our maximum is at 25, and it's 162.5. So that means we should charge $25 and we'll make a profit of $162.50. All right, my next question says, what is the smallest amount you should charge if you want to make a profit of at least $125? So 125 is our profit, so this is our Y value. So that means we want to find an X value. So I'm going to Shift G solve. I want to do X calc. So I'm going to press more. X calc is over F2, and I'm going to put in 125. And my X there is going to be 1633. So we should charge 1633.